Oh, through the seasons, no matter where we go, your love is a lighthouse, so to lead me home.
daisies blooming, sundress swaying in the breeze. I can't stop staring. You've put a spell on me, and I hope that you never decide to set me free. The way you're moving has got me moving my own feet. The greatest feeling that I could ever dare to dream is you forever moving next to me. Let's not waste time, oh, take this slow. We've got miles behind us, but miles to go. So let's just break this down to the simplest truth. You and I as one will always be better than two. The leaves ain't waiting, their colors changing like the times. And I'm taking, darling, would you be mine? And I hope you know I will love you for the rest of my life. Let's not waste time, oh, take this slow. We got miles behind us, but miles to go. So let's just break this down to the simplest truth. You and I as one will always be better than two. Take this slow, we've got miles behind us, but miles to go. So let's just break this down to the simplest truth. You and I as one will always be better than two. Yeah, you and I as one will always be better than two. Be a warm place to lay.
Dr. Nancy Williams.
You're feeling cold.
Danny, Dr.
And I'll
Nancy
be all in.
Dorothy
You
Watson.
wanna fall. And We're dancing life's dance. Be the partner I hope you need. Together growing old.
And I will roll call Dr. Danny Cross, Dorothy Watson, and Dr. Nancy Williamson.
You're
Carries. Next item is budget amendments. This is just simply moving from one place to another to meet expenses, which is what we have to do.
I make a motion to approve the budget amendments.
Motion?
And I will roll call Dr. Nancy Williamson, Dr. Danny Cross,
Aye.
and Dorothy Watson.
Motion carries. And the next item is this accountability report. I don't know if you've had time to look through it, but this is just simply saying where we are, what you're gonna do to try to meet the goals, and using their required language.
And it's very similar to our LEA plan
is.
that we develop every year. I
Yeah.
basically just took our goals from that, put them in that. The only thing different about the TISA report is you have to have a third grade specific goal. As you can see on our goal, we met and exceeded our goal from last year.
Yeah.
Our third grade reading was some of the highest performing in our region. We're very proud of them. But that's basically sums up that.
It looked very good.
I make a motion to approve this TISA accountability report.
I second that.
And I will roll call Dorothy Watson, Dr. Nancy Williamson, and Dr. Danny Cross.
Motion carries. Next item is the purchase of a truck from the state procurement contract. And this is for the agri-science program. The truck is gonna be big enough to haul equipment and animals, trailers and so on.
And we're excited about that, that's part of that grant.
Yeah.
This is not a bid, we're just buying it.
Yeah.
This is already a set price that
Yeah.
the state's already.
I make a motion to approve that.
I second.
And I will roll call Dr. Nancy Williamson, Dr. Danny Cross,
Aye.
and Dorothy Watson.
Yeah, that, buying it off the state list saves you having to put out bids and all that. You've got it, they've got the contract with these people, and it's cheap,
So you
simple.
can choose the brand that you want
Yeah.
and all that. We just-
And that was the way you got the van, and got a better van for just a few,
And a better price.
yeah,
I think
few
you
dollars
need
more.
to use that.
Yeah.
We have a chance to win when we need it.
Right. The next item is permission to seek bids for a tractor and an animal trailer. This will just be up there for bids to be turned in. Do I hear a motion that we seek bids for a tractor and an animal
What's the
trailer?
wish list for the tractor?
Mr. Terry?
Ask that again?
What's the wish list for the tractor? What's the, what
Well,
size tractor we're gonna,
We're looking at a 55 to 56 horse. Also, it'll have a backhoe attachment on the back. There's a lot of time, like we rented an excavator this week to do some projects. This will allow us to save that cost down the road.
I'm all for it.
And we got grant money to do.
Yeah,
all
this
this. Awesome.
ISM.
Yeah, this is the money we've got to spend or send back.
Hey, we'll spend it. I second the motion. Didn't you see the motion? I
We
second.
just-
Will make a
Oh, okay.
motion.
And
Okay.
I will do roll call. Dorothy Watson,
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson,
Aye.
and Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item is to create a bank account with United Cumberland Bank. And this is just simply shifting some funds and having an account with another bank in the area.
So we don't do anything with United Cumberland now?
The high school does.
Oh, the high
Just
school
the
does.
high
Yes.
school.
This is just a small account that will generate some interest.
Okay.
So that's really the extra funds for us, it's really the goal.
I make a motion, we create this new account.
I second that.
And I will roll call Dorothy Watson,
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson,
Aye.
and Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Motion carries. The next item is the contract with CSM for an E-rate consultant. There's been some issues with other systems, and E-rate providers, and this is just kind of a safeguard.
Definitely gonna be money well spent legally to keep us, because there's a lot going on with that right now.
Yeah, that makes sure we're compliant in all our E-rate funding, which provides our internet funding and other services, internal connections and other stuff like that.
And I want to say I'm glad that we went away when we did. I don't know, I thought it was tough when we went away, but it's much tougher for other systems right now. They're in a mess, so I'm just thankful that, you know, it worked out. And we're in a good spot. We just need to make sure that we stay legal, and then this will help.
So this is the CSM Consulting
Yeah.
and other schools?
Yeah, it's just, I know the county schools are using them. We've used them in the past as well.
Yeah, we have.
They basically just assist in filing the paperwork, make sure for our E-rate funding. They assist with Matt with that, which Matt takes care of all that. But, yeah, they're pretty good.
We've been proactive on so many things, and this is one that we're being proactive on, not having to be reactive when some issues aren't going right and we're caught. Do I hear a motion that we approve the
I make a
E-rate?
motion. to
I
approve the
second.
E-rate.
And I will roll call. Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
And Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye, motion carries. That's all the major business. We have 3 resignations of Lisa Boyd from cross-country coach, Addison Claiborne from the cafeteria, and Alicia Sieber as cheerleading coach. Do I hear a motion to accept these 3?
I'm sorry. I make a motion to approve these 3 letters of resignation.
I second that.
And I will roll call. Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
And Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye, motion carries. Next is fundraisers, spring t-shirt sale for Beta Student Government. This is the elementary. Handmade detergent sales, which we have our sample of. Sponsorship equipment, to buy equipment, names on t-shirts for the softball team. It's a middle school. And color donations, slice of the pie. And this is also middle school. Do I hear a motion we approve these fundraisers?
I make the motion.
Second.
I forget who started this, Danny.
Yeah.
And I will roll call. Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye, motion carries. And our last item is a field trip request for FFA to go to the leadership training in Gatlinburg. And I will say, I have watched kids that attend this in action from all over the state. And it's one of the most polite, well-behaved, classy group of kids I think I've ever observed, to be from everywhere like that. They come in, they know exactly what they're doing, and they're right on target. So I'm very glad that our kids are going to go. Do I hear a motion that we approve
I
this?
make a motion to approve this.
I second.
No doubt.
And I will roll call. Dorothy Watson.
Aye.
Dr. Nancy Williamson.
Aye.
And Dr. Danny Cross.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, Jeannie.
Okay, so I try to pass along the legislative information usually on Sundays or Saturdays and sometimes Mondays, but I hope you all are getting those and kind of getting the summaries.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that too, because it does help tremendously.
So, we are still obviously in session, so it's still a lot of work. The good news is the last meeting that we had on Tuesday, things seem to be kind of going in our direction a little bit. It's still obviously not pro-public ed, but we do have some wins, hopefully on the horizon. So one of the things that did pass though was the TSSAA one-time academic transfer. I sent you all the information. That just means that students are eligible for the first time that they transfer from another school. due to academic, social, emotional, environmental, or mental health needs. Now, I will say this, one caveat in that, say, for example, we have a student that leaves our district and goes to another one. In order for them to do that, they have to get a letter from us, the school that the student is coming from. So I think that piece is important and will be important, especially for, potential recruitment. Out-of-district enrollment will begin Monday, April the 7th at 9 a.m. We always have a line, and we always have a ton of emails that come in. I will say this, do not submit it at 8:59 a.m. because it will be thrown out. It has to be 9 o'clock a.m. or after if they do it by email. So that's important. Katie will be at the front line of that, so.
Yay!
24-25 grade level meeting summary is in there. It's as accurate as, it can be. I will say this, the green is positive things. Yellow are things that we are working on or trying to work on. Red are things that we are just not going to do or cannot do. So you have those in your packet. If you have questions on any of that, just please let me know. We do those every year. Also, lights have been installed in the lower gym of the high school. Thank you, Stacy, for adding that. I got to see that for the first time today, and Clayton and Matt and all the team has done an amazing job. When they finish, if you guys want to go up to see that, I think you would really be impressed with what they've done. I was anyway, and so proud of all their accomplishments. And also, I want Jason to do a quick update on our gym project. I know I don't have that on the list, but I'll get that added. Jason, you want to talk to them about where?
Yeah, okay. Pre-bid meeting will be this coming Monday at 1 o'clock at the site. Potential contractors have the chance to come by, ask any question, look over the plans, talk to myself and the architect at that time. Final bids will be due on March the 20th. And then it will come before you guys to either accept or deny those bids. I've spoke to 3 different companies. I expect to have at least 3 different bids that I've spoke to personally. So there may be more, may be less, who knows. But they'll be due on March the 20th. That date will then come to you guys and we'll move forward from there.
And what are we bidding on right now?
Phase 3, which would be the rest, gym floor, bleachers, classrooms.
It doesn't include HVAC or anything like that?
HVAC is there. HVAC.
That's good.
It was in phase 2, yes.
And we have that already.
Yes.
Okay. Also, at the end of the meeting, Miss Kelly needs to do a short Zoom. It should take 3 to 4 minutes just to get some information from you guys. If you all can hang out, we'll make it as quick as possible. For the month of March, I would like to hire the following people: Christina Tucker, Katie Litton, Amanda Sexton, Hannah Coburn, Travis Duncan, and John Hamlin. Kenzie Brasher and Lee Colbert obviously are already employed, but just so you know that they're going to help with cheer. Alicia has decided to spend some time with her new grandbaby, so we're excited for her. And I think that's all I have for the board.
Okay. Jordan?
We have pre-K kindergarten registration this past Monday. I can tell you that the future for OSSD still looks very bright. I think we have all of the spots, we can fill all the spots in a long wait list. So that's a good thing. People are still wanting to come. We are preparing for our state and benchmark testing and just all of our end of year events. It'll get really busy, especially when we come back from spring break. We just got to attend the NIT conference in Washington, D.C. last week, and I really don't have words to express the learning that took place. It's what Selena and I were just talking about. We are leaps and bounds ahead of most other schools across the nation in things that we're implementing in instruction, and it was just, I guess, a good morale booster for us because we feel like we put so much work in, and sometimes we don't see the payoff because the work is so tedious. But it was just really good. Other than they tried to leave me on the subway, but other than that, it was a great conference.
Who went?
There's 11 of us.
Oh, 11, oh.
Yeah.
Also, can I say something, Mr. Brown, that but he did an interview and did a great job with NIET, so his name will be in lights, I'm sure. I'm excited for him.
He did an interview that will be used.
Yeah.
They have a video each year that they show to all of the other schools, and so his interview will be in that video. So our school will be highlighted.
Nationally,
Yes.
so it's a huge deal.
He wasn't nervous at all.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I heard him in his office when he got the email that he was doing it.
So did you take from the elementary to middle and high?
There were administrators, teachers, and instructional coaches from all three schools in the district level.
It was great learning. We had a good time, and we really learned a lot. And then I guess the highlight for me right now, I don't have all the sports to highlight, but the commissioner visit next Thursday. If you guys can attend, I highly encourage you to be there. There may be some other surprises that we are recognized for that we have not been able to disclose, but it really is a huge honor. It's not just a visit from the commissioner. There's going to be a group of people flying in to be there to recognize the instruction that's going on at the elementary school. So I'm super proud of our staff. I'm just really honored to have this opportunity, and I think somebody told us from NIET it's going to put us on the map. So it's just a really big honor. So if you can be there sharing that with us, most definitely try to be there Thursday at 11.
So I will Zoom with Dorothy, like, she will be there,
The spirit.
because obviously she has to work, so she'll participate, it'll just be
Yes.
virtually. And seating is limited, because we don't have a gym, do we, Jason?
We don't. We do not have a gym.
You will have next year.
Virtually.
Virtually we'll have a gym.
It's all-
Don't be picking on
it is
him,
my
it's not
fault.
him.
It's all-
No, it's not his
Well,
fault.
that's blaming on him.
Don't blame somebody, don't.
Jenny knows that firsthand.
Oh, yeah.
Jason, I'll take that for you, we're not blaming.
I will too, Jason.
Everybody but me.
Still
I
blaming.
love
Is that it? I will make this comment. I've always said every teacher that wants to, not to be forced, but that wants to, should be allowed to attend the national conference. It's an experience that you don't know until you go and mingle with other schools from across the nation. And it kind of gives you a little sense of, yeah, I'm doing something right. But I'm so glad that this many got to go to the national conference. And I hope more will go at some point.
I think they have. We've sent teachers to Boston this
Yeah.
year.
Uh-huh.
We're trying, as much as we can afford, we've sent
Right.
people, so I think,
Well, I mean, I know it's a tight budget, but I know you're putting aside some every year. And even the cafeteria staff that went
Yeah,
to
they go.
Boston, they're professionals too.
oh, they're great.
And they need to interact with others.
They are
But
great.
that is one thing that I really want to see is every teacher that wants to go. Okay, Selena?
Okay, I'm going to follow up with what Jordan said about the national conference. Just being able to collaborate with teachers and administrators across the nation was very eye-opening, and it just makes us even more proud of where we come from and what we're doing in this district. I also want to say Jordan was not left. She jumped off the subway on her own. So I was there, I witnessed that. In the past couple of weeks, we've had our Gear Up kickoff event for our 6th and 7th grade students. And we had a guest speaker come in that was sponsored through Gear Up, talking to them about their skill set, mindset, and resources. If you don't have it, it's not that you don't have it, it's you don't have it yet. And the resources being what we have in our school, but also the adults in our building, just to grow them as students. And at the same time, our 6th and 7th graders were in that event, Miss Gretchen Stevens organized an event for our 8th graders where Miss Love and Mr. West were in there and kind of helping with that 8th grade to 9th grade transition, just some things that they could expect. I know Miss Stevens is going to start taking small groups of 8th graders to the high school to tour the high school, so it's not so overwhelming when they start that transition to high school. Even though we're one building, they don't have a lot of interaction on the high school side, so it's very intimidating for them. So they've got some things planned for that. And of course, April, state testing, all about state testing, so that's coming up sooner than we all, I guess, are expecting. And then our spring sports, of course, have begun with baseball, softball, boys soccer, golf for boys and girls.
Very good. Stacy?
I didn't attend this year's NIET conference, but I did in the past, and it was such a good experience. Coach West went this year, and Miss Patty, our master teacher from the high school, and they had great things to say about it as well. So as far as the high school right now, I really enjoyed the 8th grade meeting. Seeing the kids that are coming is always exciting. We have some things planned. Ms. Gretchen is doing a really good job with creating opportunities for them to see programs. We're really going to highlight CTE programs because we're pushing through this initiative that you will leave high school with 4 early post-secondary opportunities. If you don't choose them, we're going to choose them for you. No one is going to leave without those. So culinary gives us a really good opportunity to do that. So I just kind of went ahead and said it. If you don't choose, you're going to be in culinary. Then that's going to get you your EPSOs in. So I hope that's really not a policy, but I'm just going to bluff them and say that that's what we're doing. Because really we're doing a good job at getting their core classes done. When you get to your junior and senior year, if you're not going around the state path or a TCAP path, you're running out of things to take at that point. So you're kind of forced to really choose a direction in that. Or with this onset of work-based learning, that's a new piece that we can offer to students as well. So, but anyway, we got junior ACT coming up Tuesday and Wednesday, so say a prayer for us that everything goes smooth with that. That's always a very high pressure situation. It's online. Things went great with our senior retake. But that's a big deal for our school. Baseball started out with two good wins, and soccer's playing tonight. Softball's game got canceled, but they're starting their season off winter next tomorrow night, and that's at home. So we're excited about spring sports happening. I was going to share with you too, this has been put out on social media, that the Beta Club is doing this spring cleaning. It's not a fundraiser, it is a community outreach that we're doing, but basically it's to collaborate with the local homeless shelter. And they did that last year with blessing bags. This year they've kind of done it with hygiene and cleaning supplies, and students were able to go to the homeless shelter and tour it and see exactly how those goods are helping community members. So I just think that's such a good thing. So I wanted you to know about that. And then I won't read all of these, but I do want to share, I think I missed the last month, but I'm backing up to do our character ed dependable, and I'll just share the students that received those awards. Caleb Parton, Ms. Sharon Ellis nominated her. I won't read all of them, but Jonathan Markham, these are all dependable within a leadership role within the school. And then we have also staff. Jody Jeffers was nominated, Jonathan was nominated by Bo Kidd, and Jody Jeffers was, they didn't put who nominated her, but said that she's always willing to help and can count on her. Kevin Barnes was another one that was, they didn't put who, I guess the teachers don't want to know who nominated the other teacher, but Jacob Emerson, that was Miss Goins that nominated him. I'm saying her name wrong. It's not Alicia Slavin, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. She was nominated by, they didn't put who nominated her, but for dependability. Aaron Lambert, Mr. Markham took credit for that. He did nominate her for that. Ms. Barnes was nominated for dependable as well by Coach Markham. And then Eli, up here was nominated by Coach Markham as well for his, and I'll go ahead and read his since he's here. A student you can depend on to do quality work and help others. He has been an asset and an inspiration to me as a teacher. Wow, good stuff. Braylon Strunk as well. Coach Martin, and then Bladen King as well. Ms. Duncan nominated him. He got 2 nominations for dependable leader. Ms. Goins from Ms. Duncan, and again Bladen from Ms. Kim. And then moving to honesty, Mahala Martin, that was the next month, I'm sorry, Mahala Martin from Ms. Love, and Taylor Smith from Ms. Love as well. So those are our character ed students that and staff that were highlighted.
Thank you.
Do you want to do Kelly now?
Yeah.
Yes. You want to do it during, or you guys want to go
Well,
ahead?
it's up to you.
We'll go ahead and adjourn that way.
Okay,
everybody can
let
go.
me, do the students have any comments, anything you want to add?
I don't believe I have anything.
Okay.
I hope they don't do either.
Okay.
So Kate,
Just want to give you the opportunity anytime.
congratulations. I know
Yeah.
I've said that about 4 times at meetings, but
For what?
when you were nominated,
Oh.
that Sean West took all the credit for it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and
I applied for it, the due date was, last week, and I'm not gonna hear anything back until probably late April, and then if I pass on that, I think I'll get an interview, and then in June, they'll announce the winners and take
Will you
the
keep
winners
us
to-
updated and let
Yeah.
us know?
That is
They'll
such
take
an honor.
the winners to the White House, and, the president will give the medallion to.
Wow.
So do you need an escort? Because I know Mr. Brown would be happy to escort you through the White House.
I think that it should be,
Stacy, I think it
principal
should.
should be there with her personally.
I think the director of schools should go, because I'm the one that sent your name and the forms for you to fill out.
Well, either way, I'm gonna go see George also, because George is up there now.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I'm very excited, I hope I get it.
We hope you do
Yeah,
too.
I do too.
And honestly, if you need an escort, we're here.
Oh, and one other thing I did forget with the Veterans Heritage Project, they submit essays. Are you part, is that where you were?
I kind of did it, but I didn't write an essay.
There were students that submitted essays, and this is like nationwide. I guess were the schools that participated in it, and they were so impressed with the essays.
Oh my goodness.
I'm funny.
So you may know that kid.
They were so impressed with the essays that the students submitted for that they did 2 like honorary scholarships for that, and 2 of our students received those. So they give 1, and so they were impressed with the stuff, so they gave 2 more. And Blade, I know Blade was one of them. Do you know who the other student? I'm blanking.
Oh, they're yours?
Yeah.
Aww.
But anyway, I'll share that next board meeting.
It is, yeah. Yeah, and Dr. Cross was one of the veterans interviewed.
Yeah, he was. With Blade, he would be.
I feel bad, I can't remember who it was. I think it was, he's in Boy Scouts, he's like an Eagle Scout.
Will.
Will
Bishop, that's
Will
right.
Bishop. I think those were the 2.
Very good.
They can come in.
Yeah, bring them in. We're about
They're
through.
watching a movie, they can watch my phone.
Lock your phone. Anything
It's
else?
like my little ones.
Yeah.
I should have locked the door.
If there's nothing else, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion we adjourn.
Second.
Meeting's adjourned.
And we need to thank Addie for the food. That's all. They'll eat